I have my friend with me in the studio. Peace Abiodun, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
It's good to be here. Thank you very much, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, how was it studying law?
It was a roller coaster, different experiences. I got to know many things, at least things I didn't know as at 5 years ago. And at the point I ventured into student politics, I ran for the vice president of my faculty and later for the president of the student union government.
Did you win?
I lost by 3 votes, even though there were some discrepancies because it was close to the governorship election then.
Okay.
And during that election, I understood many things about power in Nigeria because it had to boil down even to local politics because a section of the politicians were scared that if a guy from another party wins, he might be able to mobilize the students to support the other party. So, and there were just many events that happened, and eventually I lost the election.
So it opened your eyes to the intricacies of politics.
Yes, it did.
And those were lessons that will benefit you for the future.
Yes, exactly.
What spurred you to want to run for the leadership of the university?
Well, I think when I entered Osho State University, I saw many. Our university is into 6. We have 6 campuses.
Yeah.
So I saw that there were some campuses. For example, I was in Federal campus, that's the Faculty of Law. There were some people that were totally connected from what is happening in the main campus. The amenities we don't have. We didn't have a functional transport system. We didn't have we didn't have lights. Hostels were dilapidated and many issues. So I just thought, okay, we can't. This university has been here for years, and things have not changed. And somebody definitely has to take the role to make these changes.
And you decided to grab the bull by the horn.
Yeah, I decided to do that.
And now you have graduated from the university.
Yes.
You studied law. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
So what are you thinking? After graduation, what next?
So I feel after graduation, I think the average Nigerian now, after graduation and service, everybody wants to leave the country.
Are you thinking of leaving the country?
I at the point I wasn't, but I think at this point I am.
Why did you change your mind?
Because the country gets worse each day.
So who will change it? Who will fix the country?
We would go and watch how other nations did their own. We'll come back to change.
Do you have to go there?
If we keep staying here in this country, this country has killed a lot of dreams. If you keep staying here in this country, the backwardness of this country it won't affect you. You won't even be able to change what you want to change. So I feel we should be able to, maybe if we go out, we're exposed, and we'll bring the lessons to come and affect the change in this country. So you
want a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
The country is choking you.
It's choking me.
And you can't take it anymore.
It's getting unbearable each day.
Do you have a political leader you look up to in Nigeria?
I think in Nigeria, most of our leaders are not there. We don't have leaders we can pinpoint that you want to be like this person, because I feel if we have had a leader that is worthy of being looked up to, Nigeria will not be this way.
So, for young persons coming, so they will have no mentors, political mentors?
I think we are all trying to broaden our knowledge outside Nigeria to get who we want to be like. And I feel people should not limit themselves to Nigeria and even Africa as a whole, because all the leaders most of the leaders who have come, they have failed us, and it's reflecting in the society, it's reflecting in our way of life.
So have you been reading books on politics?
Well, yeah, at the point I was discouraged, because maybe you noticed at the point I totally just went off politics. I didn't want to talk about politics because people over the years have been talking, doing this. We want to change this country. We want to do this and that, and nothing has changed. It gets worse. I mean, take for example when the former President Buhari, when he was the president, I remember I sat down somewhere one day and I was telling my friend, and I told him that I've been trying to think if any president can be worse than Buhari. My imagination could not go to any president worse than Buhari until our president came. I started buying fuel at ridiculous prices, and I saw how there's hardship in the land. I mean, around 2-3 weeks ago, I was in Osogbo, and I just took a tour to the trenches. They call them trenches because where these Hausa people living, and I took a tour, and I went with my friend. I said, if you stay in the city, if I'm living in Ibadan in my house every day, and you want me to think of how these people are living, I won't be able to take my thoughts as wide as this, because people are living I don't know what they call poverty.
That's the Hausa community.
That's the Hausa community.
So imagine that power has resided in the north for a long time, and you still see a lot of persons from the north living in abject poverty. Does that make you think that something is wrong somewhere?
Yeah, I think it still boils down to our leaders, because the choices our leaders make, whether we like it or not, affect all of us. And I think the choices most of the leaders, northern leaders, have made over time, as the northern people are suffering the consequences of the choices of their leaders.
I can see you have a book here on a platter of gold.
Yes. That was this book is about Jonathan.
Yes. So why are you holding the book?
Oh, I went to the bookshop sometimes this week and I saw this book and it really, really intrigued me. So I started reading it. And reading this book, I think I think that chapter 1 or chapter 2, I came in contact with how Jonathan called the President Buhari, and how his followers tried their best not to allow Jonathan out of office.
Okay.
And this book talked about the extent to which politicians and people with power will do anything to hold power. And this book talked about how some of them came together. They tried to put Jonathan still in power, where they brought up a plan. Maybe there should be a bomb blast close to the collation center. They brought up a plan. They didn't want to involve the then IGP, so they called, I think, the Deputy Inspector General of Police. And you see the measure to which the political class will always want to hold power at all cost.
And they hold on power, yet cannot improve the state.
They hold on power and yet do nothing.
Your friends in the hostel, when you sit down and discuss, what do you talk about? The politics?
Well, because I went to a relatively Osho State to a certain extent. Anybody who comes to Osho State, they to a certain extent are privileged. But so some of them are not really intrigued about the whole Nigerian situation. But for the few set of people, it comes with frustration. It comes with how Nigeria keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, there was this joke I was seeing online, and they said, since when we have been given birth, we have never enjoyed the benefit of being a Nigerian. I have not enjoyed anything from Nigeria. Our lights, we switch on generator. Our road, we build them ourselves. Our security, we pay vigilantes. Nigeria literally does not. I paid high school fees for Osho State University. Yeah. So we have not enjoyed. I've not enjoyed any benefits from Nigeria as a whole. So Nigeria we basically brought, we citizens bring ourselves up to become who we are, and Nigeria has little to zero impact in forming who we are.
Are you angry?
I am angry, but I feel we as Nigerian people are not angry enough.
If they were angry enough?
If we were angry enough, we would find a transformative way to build this country.
And most of you want to leave?
I think most 80% of graduates now want to leave. At least you hardly know a somebody who doesn't know a student that's traveled out, and everybody wants to travel, everybody wants to leave the country. I mean, I have a friend who works with immigration, and we graduated together, and he mentioned that if you know the amount of our classmates that's collected passports, so that means while we were still in school, many people have formed their plan on how to leave the country immediately. And we even know, even till now, people see the way the country is iterating. Even the law that we did, that we came in so happy, we want to be a lawyer, and you see before you finish, you have lost all your interest. You have lost, because we see lawyers, we see people who have graduated, and you are not intrigued. Nothing motivates you, and you just want to go outside the country to a system that is working, not a system that will kill your dream.
And I want to give you a book. I hope that book has brought back your reading enthusiasm.
Yeah, yes.
So I have a book for you. It is entitled Not My Will. Not My Will is a book written by Olusegun Obasanjo. I like the book, and I think you should read it. This is the book I'm giving to my young friend. He just graduated from university, a lawyer to be. You're not a lawyer yet, right?
No.
Until you are called to bar. Yeah, so he has not been called to bar. He just graduated. And it's one of the young persons I've been relating with over the years. Well, he just broke my heart that he wants to leave. But anyway, Lee Kuan Yew at some point left Singapore to go and study at Oxford University. Graduating from Oxford, he came back to Singapore and took Singapore from third world to first world. Remember, you guys must build this country. And even if you travel, don't forget home.
Yes.
But the moment you are still home, you'll be with us for some time.
Yes.
Perhaps you'll change your mind at some point. So Not My Will is for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for visiting the studio.
Yes, sir.
And I'm happy you came.
Yes, and I think I have to point it out because I think I wanted to share the story on why I grew to like politics. And I think when I was a kid, my dad was always playing Edmond below downstairs anytime he was washing the car. And I remember that I would walk from upstairs, downstairs, sit by the steps just to listen. And I mean, it grew. Over time, I started reading newspaper and everything. And now I grew up, because my dad is a pastor, he doesn't like politics. I grew up and my mom would sit me down. I would say, Mommy, I'll become a governor one day. She would say, in the name of Jesus, use fire, everything. And my mom wondered, out of all the children we have had, out of our relatives, you're the only one who likes politics. How? And sometimes I want to bring it back that it is not my fault. My dad unconsciously made me who I am. And I feel any young person who listens to this program, one way or the other, you would have, little by little, you won't even know. You just know one day you are just interested in getting to notice about politics, about your society, about the international community too. Wow.
Thank you for this information.
Yes, sir.
It has inspired me. And at some point I just feel, hey, who am I talking to? At some point I said, no, I'll keep talking. Beyond talking, we'll keep strategizing, building coalitions for development. Thank you for your story.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, that is my friend, Peace Abiodun on State Affairs.